so much for listening. Craig Pera. I am the founder of Full Habit, and this broadcast I call Sex Afflictions and Porn Addictions, a broadcast to help you create healthy sexuality and a great life. And those two things are inexorably intertwined: healthy sexuality and a great life. And I like talking about this topic from a high performance perspective. I do not think the disease-based lens, the diseasification is the best way to look at your journey, or the best way to move from a place of unhealthy expression to a place of healthy sexual expression. That's the only solution. The only solution has to be healthy sexuality and a great life, if you don't want to use your powerful sexual energy to numb, cope, and escape. And today, I want to talk about a really, really super important topic. And I just happened to read an article in the Washington Post. And let me put this article in the chat. Depending on how you're watching me, you can check it out if you're listening to this later. Go to this article. Beneath the mystery of greatness is a modest, secret self-discipline. Call me Captain Obviously. Obviously, he is a master of that. But I want to talk about something very specific today. And I want to talk about delayed gratification. And I want to talk about the importance of delayed gratification, give you some examples, learn a little bit of the topic, and then close this broadcast with some specific advice, actionable information that you can use to create healthy sexuality and a great life. And the article starts this way. So you are offered $400 now, but you can have $550 by waiting 3 months. Which do you take? Take the quick cash or more money later? According to the article, your answer to that question says something about your ability to compete with Tom Brady, because he will wait, and then he will wait some more. He will give up today's fun for tomorrow's reward. Now, I want you to think about that delayed reward perspective from our social media. Think about this, not just your relationship with pornography or other forms of compulsive sexual behavior, but think about this from the perspective of how you use social media. Because here's what happens, right? Every time you get lonely, every time you realize that you're alone, every time you feel that anxiety, you feel that fear, you feel that stress, what happens? What do? You open up that phone, you jump on Twitter, you jump on Reddit, you jump on TikTok, not being able to be bored. Technology is really, really screwing with that ability. So, as I remember that this article speaks from a high performance perspective. And I believe that you should bring that high performance perspective. The goal is to be great. The goal is to excel. There's no room for mediocrity. There's no success with average. There's no way that you are controlling that powerful force in you, or being healthy around that powerful force in you, unless you're aggressively pursuing a great life. And I know that's a gross oversimplification, but it is my truth. Let's learn a little bit from Tom Brady. Most of his peers are retired, limping, clutching at the discs in their back. Brady is on a blitzing pace to throw more than 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns this season, he's talking about the game approaching with the Washington football team. It's easy to think that Brady came preloaded with some unattainable, far-fetched genetic gift not relevant to you. That is absolutely unequivocally not true. His longevity is the product of better habits. Better habits. Some comments made by a senior scientist, a coach, a high performance coach. The behavioral science term for the inability to reject immediate gratification in favor of a bigger gain is delayed reward discounting. People who delay discount tend to perceive something as less valuable the longer they have to wait and work for it, whereas others are stronger at setting and attaining more distant horizon goals. This is one of the most relevant predictors of long-term success. And it is undoubtedly to Tom Brady's share. There's a story that Charles Barkley shared. So Tom Brady, during the coronavirus, participated in match 2, the made-for-TV golf exhibition when Tiger was in Florida. It was hot. It was raining. Charles Barkley saw Tom Brady in the parking lot of the golf club. He was running sprints. What the hell are you doing? Brady's response, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. So what separates him, and this is important. Listen, I'm not saying we're going to be Tom Brady, but what I'm saying is that the secret is simple, and it is structure and discipline. It is being able to be bored. And ask yourself this question. And if you're listening to me now, what's up, brothers? Can you be bored? Can you be bored? Here's what Brady said. If I don't really work at it, and if I don't play to my strengths, I'm a really average quarterback. And it's true. So here, another trainer, Dana Cavella, who spent 14 years as a performance coach for the New York Yankees and now works with business executives, observes that great athletes have a fundamentally different outlook than the rest of us that we could learn from. You don't judge the worth of an activity. Now, listen, let's think about this quote in terms of our relationship with structure and discipline, our relationship with pornography, and our relationship with technology. Our relationship with technology. And listen, I've been doing my own experiment on myself, and TikTok is the ultimate reward, best video in the world, second best video in the world. Oh no, this is the best video. It's constant, right? There's no delayed gratification with TikTok. It off my phone. I can only access it from my computer. Here's what he says. You don't judge the worth of activity by how it feels in a moment. You judge the worth of an activity by how you feel when you are done. These high performers work for the delayed reward. It's a crucial distinction many of us fail to make, especially with negative behaviors that feel awfully good at the same time. Can you connect with that? I can. I resisted structure and discipline my entire life. And in fact, professionally, as I got promoted and did better and became more successful, I found myself in jobs that required more structure and discipline. So to rebel against that structure and discipline, I rebelled in my personal life, abusing drugs. I started acting out sexually, paying for sex, going to strip clubs, completely unable to delay that reward. And here's a little story about Derek Jeter. Like, I didn't know this. It's, you think of these, and listen, I know this is not true, but there's a default mindset that says they're gifted. They're gifted, and every story I learn about a musician, went viral, or an athlete who, exploded onto the scene. When you pick up that rock and you learn a little bit about that person, you find that person has been grinding, laying gratification for pursuit of that dream, which also highlights how important it is to have that dream. And those of you who've been listening, we talk a lot about purpose. How are you not going to numb, cope, and escape sexually if you don't have purpose? If you don't have a life and outcome that's better than this current state of immediate gratification, you are screwed. Here's what Derek Jeter did. He went to the bed at the same time every night during the season. No matter what town they were in or whom he was with, every time. And here's what this life coach, executive coach guy says. And you know this to be true, but we need these reminders. Discipline is a muscle. It can be built. He's hot right now. Here's a coach for the Yankees. He said, but let's see who he really is in the next 3 months. Another quote that this guy says is, I don't care who you are today if you can't be same person tomorrow, right? How many of us have a low point and we're going to think we're too big, we're eating too much, we're overweight, we're out of shape, we're not performing at our highest level in our work, and we sprint, and we're going to fix it, and we're going to do everything that we can to fix it. And what happens? You fall on your face, you fail, because you did not have the infrastructure, the discipline, habits, and belief systems to support that aggressive push. What you should have been doing is lowering the bar, building that foundation of sustainability, creating a culture and an environment where you can be successful over extended periods of time. Discipline is a muscle. It can be beat. Let's see, what else did I want to say about this? And the impact of this ability to delay gratification. And again, when I say delayed gratification, I want you to think about your relationship with porn and the reward that it provides, and your relationship with technology. Too many people are focusing on the compulsive sexual behavior aspect and aren't focusing on creating a healthy relationship with technology. So it's really, really important to look at these two problems as one and the same. Because technology gives you an insight, even if you're quote unquote sober, which I think is a step in creating healthy sexuality. The goal has to be healthy sexuality. And here's what Brady says, and a lot of people have talked about this far more wiser than I wasn't born a prodigy. The more good behaviors you have, Tom said, the better things turn out. Do people have the discipline to repeat those behaviors? Do you have the discipline to repeat those behaviors? That's the tricky part. You know that's the tricky part. I know that's the tricky part. So what can you do to practice delayed gratification? Number one, you be bored. You have to practice being bored. When you're in a doctor's appointment, every week I go to my doctor to get a couple of shots so I feel good. My hormones are regulated. And there, my hands in my lap. Just sit there, stare. I feel a little weird. I feel a little goofy, but I want to not pick up that phone. I want to sit with that discomfort. And I do this all the time. I do this at a store. I do this when, I'm shopping with the kids or doing something with the kids. I try not to pick up that phone. And when you start trying not to pick up that phone, you feel that pull, because that phone is hitting us with dopamine. Oh, that feels good. I'll tell you, TikTok is the worst. It is so great. It's so addictive because, and it's just, oh, look, there's a virtuoso 3-year-old playing the piano piece ever. Oh, look, there's a great video on running your business. Oh, there's 3 minutes of Martin Luther King. Oh, there's 3 minutes. Oh, this was a great video on addiction. I got to talk about this. Oh my God, I learned something here. And then you find yourself 2 hours later and you don't know what, you don't retain any of that. It didn't inspire you to take action. It's not making your life better. So number one, practice being bored. Number two, change your relationship with technology. Wait, the practice being bored is to change your relationship with technology. Number three, make sure that you have at least defined your purpose. Your purpose is your why. Your purpose isn't necessarily where you want to go. It's the why that you want to get there. What's your, why are you here? What do you want to accomplish? What lifts you up? What makes that light inside you burn? And that's so important, because when you have a purpose, you can delay gratification. I want to be in the best shape of life. Why? Because I want to live a long, happy life where I can walk my down the aisle, be there for as long as I possibly can for my special needs son, to make sure that he's able to navigate the bumps and challenges that life is going to have. I want to grow old with my awesome wife, Michelle, who through all my crazy has always been there for me and loves me. And that's what my turtle is for. The turtle is for longevity. It represents to me longevity, because there's times in my life, because of my chronic pain, because of the accidents, because of my injuries, I want to die. I actually wanted to die. So it's that got me connected with longevity. So let me know in the comments what else that you think you can do to embrace this simple concept. Oh, I got one more. Sorry. Before I close, I got one more. Start small. Start small. It's very tempting to hit a low point, read an article like this, and I'm going to do these 5 things. Don't do 5 things. Do one thing. Do one thing for 30 days. Add another thing on top of that 30 days later. Add another thing on top of that 30 days later. And what your life looks like at the end of 90 days by adding those 3 habits. Oh my God. Your life is so much better. You're building a culture of success. You are, laying that foundation to delay gratification, to live your purpose, to meet your needs proactively, and not use your powerful, masculine, sexual energy to numb, cope, and escape. So love this article. Check it out. Shift your focus from addiction to high performance and creating healthy sexuality. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you do need more help, please visit my website, www.themindfulhabit.com. That's themindful1lhabit.com, and you can check out our different programs. You can check out our podcast. You can check out our free training. And for those of you who join me while I'm talking, Rob and JW, welcome. Thanks for listening on my podcast. Thank you so much for your support. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get notifications when I do this again, and that way you could jump on, ask questions. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious resource, time, with me. And a shout out to Rob, who signed up for an amazing program, Chronic Pain, by Dr. David Hanscom. If you do not know it, and I have nothing to do with it, except that the program changed my life. It's helped me manage my chronic pain, and I like sharing great resources with you guys. Dr. David Hanscom, author of the book Back in Control, and has an online program. Check it out if you are struggling with chronic pain. And thank you guys so much for being here. And I'll catch you on the flips. Catch you in the next broadcast. Make it a great week. Feed the right wolf and embrace your power of choice. Bye, guys.